Yeah, you're.
I'm live.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, everyone? Today I want to talk a little bit about, I'm thinking about, about the past and, things I witnessed firsthand, things, some things I actually been through, uh, things, I'm not going to say the individual's name or how the individual is related to me, but I'm not going to say, well, yeah, but we got to be careful on how we talk to our kids and what we say to our kids, especially when you're in a split up home. So when you separate from your baby dad or your baby mama, whatever the case may be, you got to realize you can't traumatize and brainwash your kids as babies growing up, because it can also affect them being resentment towards the mom or the dad later on. And later on when they grow up, say for example if you're lying to them, later on they grow up and they realize that you lied to them the whole time and they push their mom or their dad away, they're gonna resent you. And I'm just speaking through experience and through things I witnessed. And so today, and then towards the end of the, matter of fact, at the end, I want to play this song that I'll just say Ray, uh, me and him made for my kids. My kids are playing football and cheer in a youth league. We made a song together. As a matter of fact, I'm be DJing or announcing again for a new league. So I'm going to make another song for his new league that my grandkids are going to be in. And then also a good friend of mine, pretty much like my brother. He's going to be running the league. But besides that, let's get back. Since we're talking about youth, that's why I'm going to play this song. About the kids. So I'm going to go back to when I was a kid growing up, things I witnessed. Like I said, I'm not going to say no names or say specifically who certain people is and certain people, because I don't want to disrespect nobody or anything like that. But you got to be very careful when you're in a, even if you just it's a baby daddy, for your kids' sake. It's not about you. It's not about playing a power trip. It's nothing about that, because your best interest has to be for your kids, for your babies growing up. So, for example, be good to. You don't have to be. You don't have to like the person. You don't have to get along with them. But around your baby, uh, you got to have the best interest for your baby, regardless of any situation you guys have been through. I don't care if the other person cheated on you 10,000 times. You got to be cordial when it comes down to raising your baby. You got to be a parent. Parent first. Anything else on the side away from the babies, you guys want to go at it and fight or do whatever you want to do. Make sure the baby's not around. So, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, because we were having a conversation earlier. There's certain. I'm gonna get to this situation later on. I'm going to go back to when I was a kid, and certain things I experienced as well. Um, but going back to when I was a kid, um, which he's pretty much my brother. We grew up together. Um, there was a time I had to go pick him up right there in Stockton. Well, I was staying at this time. I was staying in Lathrop. I had to go pick up in Stockton because I guess he was going through it. His parents were going through it, and I think this particular night, if I remember correctly, his mom wound up stabbing his dad, and it traumatized him. And but luckily for him, uh, his parents didn't bash each other to him or his other siblings. They didn't bash the other parents, and that's what actually, because bashing your other parent to your kids, it will make you either resent you or resent the other parent. And then, say for example, if you're lying to your kid and you're bashing the other parent, when they grow up and they realize you lied to them, they're gonna want to resent in you. And it just it's traumatizing to a kid because they don't know nothing except for what you tell them. You know, they're listening to you because you're everything to them. And you know, this situation, man, it just amazes me how parents could be so immature, and in the fact that their immaturity on bashing the other parent to their kid, honestly, in my eyes, is being more immature than your own kid, because you're bashing their parent. You know, let them grow up and let them see how the other parent is. You know, don't play this power trip. Don't play this. You know, it's all about me, because it's not about you. It's about your kids. So, for example, um, uh, see, I gotta be, you know, very particular how I word it, because I don't want, you know. So let me give you an example. And this is a personal experience. That's why I need to be careful how I word it, because, you know, I don't want to offend nobody. I don't want to. But I I got to word this right. This way, you know, they don't know I'm talking about them. Which, you know, in all honesty, you know, it's being, you know, out in the public. Other than that, you know, I'll tell the person straight up to their face, because, you know, that's just the way the person I am. You know, I hold nothing back. I've always been that way for those who knows me. You know, but being that it's out in the open, you know, I don't want to. So I got to be careful how I word it. But other than that, you know, in person, hey, you know what? You weren't there. You did this. You know, that's just who I am. You know, I'm a straightforward person, plain and simple. No ifs, what's, buts about it. So, but let me give you an example. Uh, Man, there's a lot of, you know, a lot of things that I've witnessed through friends, that I personally witnessed, that I've gone through with my son. And but again, I don't want to, you know, bash my son's mom, my oldest son's mom, because my son, you know, watches this. You know, even though he's already almost in his 30s, you know, I still don't want to do that to him, because I always told him, you know what, regardless of what your mom says or how, you know, what she does, you know, you got to be respectful. It's still your mom. You know, you still gotta love her regardless of any situation. And that's the most I'll go from there. And so, but you know, there's a situation that especially if you're a step parent, you know, if you're a step parent, kind of know your place, know your role, raise, you know, help them raise um, the other, you know, your step kid. But you gotta know, you know, don't sit there and bash your step daughter, your stepson's mom or dad, and don't sit there and tell your kid. Like, for example, you know, we were speaking about today. Um, this individual was saying that uh, their daughter, I just say, you know, their daughter, uh, stepmom told her son, when the daughter was born, and the dad was picking, well, the dad was picking his daughter up, and the ex stepdad is kind of like a Jerry Springer thing with the ex. Well, I don't know how to break it down. It's, you know, like a Jerry Springer thing. Um, Unfortunately for there's an individual I'm talking about. You know, she's pretty much on the outside looking in, like half lost of everything's going on. But anyways, in her baby daddy's case, um, you know, he's back and forth, and you know, this time he was picking up his daughter with his ex and his son, while his ex is his baby mama on his son's side told her son, you know, look, it, there's your replacement. You're being replaced with her. I mean, come on now, man. Why are you going to traumatize your son off jealousy? You know, you got your own personal issues with whatever the case may be. Don't install that into your kids' head, you know, because now what, she keeps traumatizing and put this in her son's head. What her son's going to do is grow up to resent his own sister when it's not even his sister's fault. Just shit like that pissed me off, especially growing up. Certain things I witnessed, and certain things I've gone through. It pissed me off because there's another example I can give you. There's this, and it's funny because usually it's always, not always, but a lot of time it's the mom. But you know what? I see in case that it was the dad doing, or both sides doing it to each other. Passing the other their kids' parents, other parents to the kid. Um, like there was an individual I grew up with, and sh he was his mom was pretty much bashing his dad the whole time. So he grew up, and you know what? I can honestly say the dad was trying. The dad was trying to be in his life. The dad was always trying to be there for him in his sports and everything he did. And but he was so stuck on what the mom was telling him as a kid, he resented his dad. He didn't want his dad around. He pushed his dad away. There was a time that I literally seen him slam his dad up against the wall, and all the dad was trying to do was try. And he turned around and resented his new stepmom when the stepmom didn't do nothing wrong. All the stepmom was trying to do was try. And this all caused from what his mom was installing to him in his head as a little kid. And come to find out, as he got older and he was talking to his dad, and come to find out, it was the complete opposite. You know, the mom was always cheating. The mom was, always disappearing. So now he has resentment towards the mom as he's trying to get closer to his dad. So it kind of backfired on the mom, as after years and years went by. So you got to be very careful, regardless if you're raising your kid and you have a different, well, not a different parent, but if you're not with your baby's mom or your baby's dad, don't bash the mom or the dad in front of the kid. Even if, say for example, if it's a deadbeat dad or a deadbeat mom, regardless, and they don't want nothing to do with baby, you still don't tell that to your baby. You tell your baby, you know what? Be careful with the words. Let your baby see and know as your baby's growing up, and let them take their own judgment on it, because they still might want a relationship with their parent as they get older, regardless if the other parents deserve it or not. So there's so many things I want to say. I just have to be careful with my wordings, because I don't want nobody to get offended. But at the same time, in person, when I'm talking to somebody straight up, straightforward, I'll tell them straight up, you know what, you fucked up. But don't bash the other parent in front of your kid, regardless if you guys are fighting, if you hate him or her, or regardless of the situation. And to be honest with you, I learned a lot of this when I got with my wife, and she helped me raise my oldest son. And like I said, I don't want to bash my son's watching this, but she bit her tongue a lot. And there's certain things that was said. I had a son that passed away, and that just pretty much my lady stopped biting her tongue, because she pretty much told my lady, you know what, I'm glad your son's dead. And I was there. I heard the whole thing when I called back, and she was trying to deny it. Oh, I would never say that. I'm a mom. But I heard the whole thing. So like I said, I don't want to get in too much of that situation. But that was one thing we had always told my son, regardless of what we felt about her, and regardless of what she was saying, all the dirtiness she tried playing, and a bunch of lies that she was saying. we always told, you know what, you still got to talk to her, you still got to respect her as your mom no matter what. So, now that he's older, he got his own judgment, and, he's, you know, whatever relationship he got with her, I never pushed that away from her. As well as, for example, his stepdad. Me and his stepdad, he had more relationship with my son than his own mom. And I kept that, we kept that close. And this way he was able to stay close to his brother and his sisters through his mom's side, was through me and his stepdad. His stepdad's, he's a cool ass dude. He's real. I have to say, I love him for how he helped raise, he was in my son's life and kept his brothers and sisters close to him. And I need to check my phone because, let me see. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, and but getting out of that situation, uh, I have a person that I'm real close to. There, I think they're okay. So, this person that uh, we're real close to. She's going through courts and stuff with her baby dad. She's being so cordial. She's trying to work with him, and being his age and everything. Honestly, he's being very, very immature, um, and he's about his own personal power trip over her. When pretty much he was the one cheating on her, so she's the one that should be holding. Not should. She's an adult. She's way adult about it, a lot more than he is, and the big age difference. He should be more adult, which he's not. He's being childish. He's acting like a teenager, playing these little teenage games, and and he's using the baby against her at every chance he has, and making false allegations of her, and calling CPS on her. And CPS went to her house and said, "Hey, your babies are in good hands. Your baby's got nothing. Your house is clean. Your baby's well taken care of, and she's a great mom. She's a great mom." And they went to court, and she was like, "You know what? I'm willing to give him 50-50." He's like, "No, no, no. I want her to have visitation." And he's playing his own personal power trip on her when she did nothing wrong in this relationship. But it's unfortunately for the baby to have to be put in the middle of this, as the mom is not trying to put the baby in the middle of it. The mom's trying to work with the dad. The mom even offered to go to parent and pay for it when the dad has a great job, and she's even offering to pay for it. Go to parenting classes, go to certain classes to help you be able to communicate with the other parent in separate homes. And he's denying it. He doesn't want to do it. He's being hard headed. But when the tables turn, she doesn't use the power trip over him. But when the baby's with him, he turns around and flips it and cuts her off and plays the whole power trip. And it's an ugly situation that the baby has to go through. Unfortunately, the dad's being very immature. And growing up, I always noticed that usually it's the mom that acts this way, because they're feeling some type of way because the dad is either a deadbeat or the dad's cheating. And in this case, it's the complete opposite. And just unfortunately that kids have to go through this. It's very. That's why I say you got to be very. It's about the babies. It's not about you. It's not about your personal issues you have with the baby's dad or the baby's mom. It's about your baby's safety, state of mind. It's about raising your baby right. It's not about your personal issues you have with baby daddy or baby mama. Mama, I always say mommy. Uh, it's about the babies. It's about the babies. What's the word I'm looking for? Not self care. It's about the babies. Mental. I don't know, mental health. Well, anyway, it's about the baby. Plain and simple. It's about the baby, and make sure the baby has the baby's options as the baby's being raised to be able to love both parents, not hate or resent one parent because of your own personal issues. So just do what's right for the baby. Once you became a parent, regardless whatever issues you have with the parents, dad or mom, don't install that into the baby. Do not install that into the baby because it's going to ruin the baby as the baby's growing up. You got to do what's right for the baby and for the baby only. Your own personal issues you have with the baby mom or the baby dad is that put that aside when the baby's around. If you want to deal with that another time when the baby's not around, then you know what, you deal with that on your own, but not when the baby's around. Don't use the baby as a stepping stool to get over one over on the baby mama or the baby daddy. Don't use the baby as a power trip or as a stepping stool just to get one over on the baby's dad or the baby's mom. That's childish and that's kids games. And honestly, quite frankly, that kind of pisses me off. You know, being that things I've seen firsthand, being that things that I've witnessed firsthand, it's traumatizing. It's really traumatizing and it gets to me. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut this short because I'm going to start speaking on things I don't want to speak about because, it's starting to piss me off. I'm not going to lie. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. But before I cut this short, just keep in mind if you're in a separate home raising your kids, through either you're a stepmom, a stepdad, or you're raising your kids separately from the other parents, be mindful for your kids' state of mind. Don't put your kid in the middle of anything. Try to work with the other parent. Try to be cordial with the other parents in front of the baby. Don't bash the other parents in front of the baby. Don't put the baby in the middle because it's not the baby's fault, no matter who it is. Even with if you got a half brother, half sister to that baby, it's not the baby's fault. Like for instance, like we were talking about today, it was told that this individual's this individual's son, his mom told the son, "Look it, that's your replacement." Man, miss me with that bullshit, man. That's bullshit because why are you gonna install that and make him hate or resent his own sister? And all that's gonna turn into when he gets older, he's gonna resent her and his dad for letting it happen. Well, anyways, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this conversation because when there are certain things starting to get to me as I'm bringing it up and as I'm talking, I don't want to speak on things and saying names that I don't want to. So, but before I do, I'm gonna get a song going. I'll actually get two songs. One for my grandkids' names in it, and another one for the youth football team. But before I do, I'm gonna play the song, which I want to upload it. I want to upload it to my YouTube. Hopefully today. Hopefully my wife or my son can get it uploaded to my YouTube. And it's a song that we made. I want to say we made this song a long time ago, a few years back. And when my kids were playing for Modesto Vikings, unfortunately, Modesto Vikings are no longer around anymore. Um, but I did get this song made. There was a couple other songs that was made. Um, this song right here, me and matter of fact, I was asking him if I could say his name. What he was at, he texted me back to say he was at church right now, and but I'm gonna get with them and see what I'll name it when I actually upload it, or you guys can get the full effect instead of the live. When it's live, you don't get the full effect of it. You get the pausing, the glitching, the sound's not right. So I want to get it uploaded today, hopefully today, if not tomorrow. But we made this song, Modesto Vikings. And I got with him and I told him, he wrote it out. and we got the beat, and I sped it up a little bit. I guess it was a little too slow originally. You sped it up a little bit, and then at the end, I told him, to say something like, thank the parents, the board members, and all that, and the organization. And we did it for the kids. And when I was announcing for the kids, I made it even. You go to a lot of these youth football teams games, they play favoritisms at home. The home team announcers always play big time favoritisms. And that's not cool for the business side. They're kids, they're not adults. I can see doing it in an adult game, um, adult leagues or something like that. Yeah, play your favoritisms. It's part of the game. The home team has the advantage. But when it's kids, from the little babies, like 5, 6 years old, to what's the biggest age group on the youth? I want to say 12, 13. They're kids, man. There ain't no favoritism. You got to pump up both sides of the crowds. You got to support the kids. You got to support the cheerleaders. You got to support both sides. And then these coaches out there, they go out there, they're not being paid. They're not, they're going out there for their own. Someone go out there for their own personal reason because their kids out there, they play favoritism. But me, I was never one to play favoritism. And you can ask anybody who's heard me announce. I had so many compliments say, man, you're the first announcer I ever heard that was even. That, when the other team made a touchdown, I made a big deal. Touchdown, whatever the team was. And my team, same thing. Touchdown. For example, I did the Outlaws. I did the Vikings. This one's Modesto Vikings song. When they made touchdown Vikings. Same thing with the other team. Like Series Cowboys. Unfortunately, they never made a touchdown when we played them. But I'm going to use the example. If they did make it, same excitement, same energy, same everything. Touchdown, Series Cowboys. And that's just the way I was as an announcer. And so I'm going to be announcing again this year. And I'm going to make the new song. We're going to get together and make the new song. Put a little bit of play at your own risk into it. And but I'm going to have somebody next to me. Being that I'm completely blind, I can't sit there and say, it's 1st and 15, or it's, I'm going to have somebody next to me that's pretty much microphone shy, and tell me what's going on, tell me what the referee says, tell me there's a flag, when I can play the music or whatnot, saying the names and numbers, tell me, in my ear, and I'll be announcing it. So that's how we're going to work it out this year. So anyways, I'll go ahead and play this song. I want to upload it. This way you guys get the full effect on it when it's actually uploaded and not live. But we got together, and I made it. I even had one made for my kids. My kids' name in it. And but this song here, of course, me and him own all the copyrights to this song, since we're the ones that made it. Hopefully YouTube don't try and give no bullshit, say that they own copyrights or somebody claim copyrights to it, because they don't. We do. But I'm gonna go ahead and play it. It came out pretty sick. And you know what? Let me make sure the speed is on, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play it. And then once I do, I'm gonna go ahead and give my piece. I will be on today, play some oldies around 6 o'clock. I'll be back on live. But hopefully before then, we get to upload this song. But I'm gonna go ahead and play it right now. It was a song that we made quite a few years back when my son was still in the, I want to say he was a junior novice at the time. We made it. And of course, he's in high school now. He's going to be a senior next year. My kids were cheerleaders at the time for the team. And when we made this song, and I played it during halftime or in the beginning at the ending, I would play this song. But at the same time, I did tell the other team, if you guys have a team song that you brought with you, I'll play it for your team. We're all about equality. I'm being equal for both sides of the team. We're here for the kids. We're here to support the kids, not to support our own personal selves. We're here to support the kids and our cheerleaders as their upbringing, keeping them out of trouble. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and play this song. Like I said, the one that sang it, He wrote out the song, he wrote out the words and everything. He sang it, and when he did this, we actually did it in one shot. I didn't have everything I have now. We did it with what we had. I didn't have everything I have now where I could edit it. I could go back and we did it in one shot. And it took him a couple of tries, and it was funny when he was doing it because he kept, had the microphone here, then he started getting into the beat and put the microphone back, and we had to redo it. He had to get the microphone. It was an old piece of shit microphone we did it with. I got a better microphone now, and because we're gonna make another song, and we're gonna make a couple of them actually. But let me go ahead and get to this song again. I was just saying I don't know copyrights and others' music, but in this song I actually own all copyrights. Me and the one that wrote the song, the one that sang the song. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it, and hopefully you guys like it. I'm gonna get it uploaded later on. Hopefully today I get it uploaded. But here it goes.
Modesto, you say Rockies, Modesto, Rockies, Modesto, Rockies, when I say Modesto, you say Rockies, Modesto, Rockies, Modesto, Rockies. It's a new year, yes, you back. Modesto Rockies, born purple and black. I know you heard the name, cause we're running it back. We're scoring a touchdown, there's no holding us back. Defense on point, intercepting the pass, and every time we kick off, man, you fumble it back. Dodging anyone trying to hold me back. When I hit the end zone, family cheering the chant. Go Vikings, go Vikings, go. Go Vikings, go Vikings, go. And that's for show, black and purple, all I know. Got my clean slates tight, and my team, they stay winning. Dodging all your defense and your coach, he be tripping. They say we get it, cause we make the moves. Running 100 yards like I got nothing to lose. Got grandpa on the drum, and he's making some tunes. Supporting what we do, real man, that stays true. But what we do, it can take you to the field. That's where my team will show you how to run a football drill. Bless the skills, better than your average dude. Cause out in Modesto, we're known as savages. When I say Modesto, you say Rockies, Modesto, Rockies, Modesto, Rockies. When I say Modesto, you say Rockies, Modesto, Rockies, Modesto, Rockies. I'd like to give a special thanks to all the Modesto Vikings football players and cheerleaders, to all the coaches volunteering your time for the youth, to our board members for making it happen. Last but definitely not least, to all of the Modesto Viking parents for bringing your kids to our organization. Now this is the Modesto Vikings house. We out. Modesto, you say Vikings, Modesto, Vikings, Modesto, Vikings. When I say Modesto, you say Vikings, Modesto, Vikings, Modesto, Vikings.
Yeah, so that was a short song. When every time I used to play, all the kids on the field used to start dancing. You see them start bobbing their head. They already knew the song, and so that part where it says "Grandpa's on the drums," that's my dad. He used to go to all the games, and hopefully he's out there this season with his drum. Grandpa on the drums. That was my dad. He used to wear this hat, his grandpa drums, and like I say, he's the one, I sang with. He's part of the family, and but we're gonna make a new song. We're gonna make a new song. I was trying to get a good friend of mine, like pretty much my younger brother, to make a song, but he's busy working and everything. He stays out there in SAT, and it's hard for us to get together. And we talk on the phone all the time. He comes down every chance he gets. But yeah, we're gonna be making this a new song for this league. But this song right there, this one's right here for all you old Modesto Vikings. I know you guys remember this song because I used to play it for halftime and beginning of the show and at the end. And I'm trying to get it uploaded today onto my YouTube. That way you don't hear it, the lagging and the pausing and the and all that. You get the full direct effect. Well, like I say, like I was saying earlier about, it's all about the kids. It's all about our kids come first, plain and simple. But all right, I'll be back on later on today. Play some oldies. I'll play some oldies live, and when I do, I might replay this song if I haven't had it uploaded yet. I might replay this song again, and then excuse me. But all right, I'm out. God bless. Hope you guys have a good Sunday. And remember, for the single parents out there, please be mindful of your kids. Don't put your kids in the middle, and don't bash the other parent in front of the kids, and don't fight in front of the kids. So, all right, I'm out. I'm gonna wait to somebody come kick me off. But all right, I'm out. Anybody here?
Yep.